Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about my experience with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 over the last month since we got the consoles released, and let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Series X first since I've only played it a little bit because I've been playing the PS5 mostly, so I got the Series X and plugged it in, installed a bunch of games on it, mostly games I already owned, and I also got Yakuza Like a Dragon and played that for a little bit, but I didn't find myself drawn in with it as much as other games, and so I started playing other backwards compatible games, and I was able to just plug in my hard drive from my Xbox One and be able to just start playing those games, which is really nice. I believe both consoles can do this, where you just take the old external drive that you have and plug it into the new consoles and you can just start playing them, and you don't have to format it, so all your games that you currently had installed on that drive, you can just go ahead and start playing. And for the most part, they just run a little bit better. If you move them onto the hard drive that's in the console, it actually works a little bit better. Not too much though, it's not like groundbreaking or anything, but so we recently got Cyberpunk and it works a little bit better on the newer consoles, but I haven't played too much of it, so I can't tell you too much about that game. But by plugging in that external drive, I was instantly able to play my original Xbox games, 360 games, Xbox One games, and the new games that are cross-compatible to the Series X as well, and just be able to play around with those without having to wait too long to download anything, except for the new ones obviously, but I was able to just play all the games I downloaded from Game Pass as well, and be able to just pick up where I left off, which is really nice. But like I said, I stopped playing it as soon as I got my PlayStation 5, so let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Alright, so I got my PlayStation 5 on the 13th, so as soon as I got that, I was able to plug that in and start playing it. I started playing Asher's Playroom. I wanted to platinuming that to be my first PlayStation 5 trophy, so that was nice. Platinum trophy. And I think that's an amazing game. If you guys buy PlayStation 5, totally play through it. It's an amazing tech demo for what the controller can do, what the console can do, and it's an amazing experience just as a free packing game. So it takes about 5 hours, but if you want to complete it, it might take a little bit longer, but it's about how long I took. It's about 5 hours. In there, it also celebrates all the previous stuff that was released by Sony or PlayStation, and should show off their different catalog of products that they've released, and even a cool little thing at the end that I won't spoil for anybody, but play that and you'll find out what I'm talking about. Next, I popped in my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and played some zombies. I only downloaded the zombies and the campaign, and the campaign's not on the disc at all, but the multiplayer, at least the base for the multiplayer, is on the disc. So you have to fully download as like DLC the campaign, which I thought was a little weird, but that's mostly what I play is campaign and zombies. I don't really play the multiplayer. I've played a little bit of Warzone, but besides that, I don't really play a lot of Call of Duty every year. And so I played a few rounds of that, of zombies, and then I popped into Sackboy: A Big Adventure and played that. I played, I think, like 5 or 6 stages in that, and I felt like it was just a normal platformer game that I'll probably get to eventually, but I kind of held off from playing a lot of that. And since I just got the console, I jumped into Demon Souls and played a little bit of that, and then found that I wasn't very good at that, so I kind of jumped around a lot, and I hadn't received my copy of Miles Morales yet, so I was playing a little bit of that. And then once I got my copy of Miles Morales, I played that. I completed that story, I think in like 6 hours, maybe 8, somewhere in there, and jumped on to New Game Plus and started playing that, and I'm about halfway through that. I got all but 4 trophies, which includes the platinum, so really 3 trophies and then get the platinum, and I'm going to do that probably within the next week or two, of just finish that up and get through the platinum. It's a good chance if you got a PS5 and you're able to buy the deluxe or the ultimate edition that comes with the remastered for Spider-Man 2018, you'll be able to play through that and then through Miles Morales, and I think it's probably one of the best games I've played on the PS5 so far, but it's also a PS4 game, so it doesn't take full advantage, sadly, of the PS5, at least when I played it. They may release an update for that. It doesn't add too much tension or anything to the triggers, nothing like that, but it is an amazing game. So even if you have the PS4, maybe just grab Miles Morales if you've played the original game, and if you haven't played that, pick up both, and you'll have a great amount of time, somewhere like 48 hours if you just play the story, but somewhere around that time in 2 different games, and I think you'll enjoy them. So I played through Miles Morales on Twitch live. If you guys want to join me, link will be down in the description. I'm also playing through the Pathless right now, which is I'm about halfway done with, and it's just a cool little puzzle adventure game where the fight is more of a puzzle, which is kind of cool, where you shoot a bow and you hit little targets either on the bosses or just in the air, kind of. And then once I'm done with the Pathless, I'll be picking up Immortals Phoenix Rising. So go ahead and check down in the description for my Twitch page for that, and you can come join me as I play through these. I'm hoping to have more games to play through on the PS5. I think Immortal Phoenix Rising will be a great experience on any console you get it for, but it's just a little Breath of the Wild style game, and I hope that it expands on that a little bit, since I really liked Breath of the Wild, and I'm excited for the second one when it comes out. So this is the first generation I've really had both consoles at launch and be able to play with a decent amount of games that are directly made for these consoles, even if they're also on the previous console. But I am excited to see what they do forward and see what Xbox does with Halo, Fable, Perfect Dark, and all the other games that they've announced for the Series X, as well as previous consoles. Hopefully they at some point switch just to the series, but I'm also excited to see what God of War Ragnarok looks like on the PS5 and all the other exclusive games that are coming on the PS5, and be able to really experience the actual hardware rather than just backwards compatible games. Don't get me wrong, I love the backwards compatibility on both consoles. I wish that PlayStation had a little bit farther back for PS3, 2, and 1, but there's some limitations there, which I understand. And I play some of the games on the actual releases they have for PS2 and PS1 games, like Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2 and a bunch of other Jack and Dexter games and a bunch of other things that they've released. But I'm really excited to see what they do with the new hardware when they have taken advantage of all of it. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit, but I'm excited for what they have and what I have now. So I'll be playing through those. And before we go, like this video if you liked it, dislike if you don't. Hit the subscribe button and then turn bell notification on so you get notified when we upload new videos. I stream on Twitch, and a link will be down in the description. My stream schedule is on my Twitch page, so make sure you check that out. And so you know when I go live. You can also follow me and get notifications that way so that you get notified when I go live. I play all types of games there. I'll be playing PS5, Xbox Series X, as well as a bunch of PC games. And just come check me out and we can talk about video games, life, just have a good time chatting, playing video games. Links are also down in the description for our Twitter, merch, and some affiliate links to Amazon. If you guys want to use those, we'll get a kickback if it says there are affiliate links. And just make sure you check out down in the description for any other links I may have down there to other videos, like my unboxings for both of the consoles. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.